but it's not live yet. But I won't talk about it too much. I'll just say. So here are the five general Verse TV questions that we ask all of our guests, and this we're rounding out the interview, so to speak. Okay. So the first question is, if you had all of the money, power necessary, what would you do, change that you feel would most benefit the LGBT community?
Honestly, I would just make everything. I would just make everything more accessible and just provide overall security and protection for the LGBT community. Because I believe, just like any other group, I believe that the LGBT community, they know what they want to do. They know the things that they want to implement. They know where they need to be, but it's just always that matter of safety, right? That's the biggest thing. So if I can provide protection for everyone at all times, just make sure that just guarantee everybody's safety at all times, so everybody can be free to do whatever it is that they want to do. That's that's just my opinion overall. Because I don't believe anybody should be caged. I've always felt like, you know, people know exactly what they want. They know what they want to do. They just always think about the repercussions of the things that they want to do, and sometimes it's what stops them from doing it. So personally, I would, like I said, I would just make it create some kind of safe haven for everyone, especially the LGBT community, to be able to be free and be innovative and be creative and do whatever it is that they want to do.
That will be the gated community that you're building in Nigeria, right? Maybe.
Which is what I pointed out earlier, that we all can come together and build this community and make it, like you said, a gated environment, just like they have in all these different communities in Nigeria, where once it's gated, that's your community. You can do whatever you want in there. We have our own security. We have our own. So everything I just said pretty much is what I'm kind of trying to do on the smaller scale, though, with the community I was mentioning.
Okay, nice. Now, the this next question starts off with a quote, and then I will give the question. The quote is, quote, ask not where I live or what I like to eat or how I comb my hair, but ask me, what am I living for? In detail, ask what I think is keeping me from living fully for the thing I want to live for. And that's a quote from Thomas Merton. And the question is, what is your goal in life and what is slowing you from achieving that goal?
It's crazy how everything is kind of aligned. Alignment is a major thing for me. So my goal, I mean, the big picture, my overall goal is to just live a peaceful life, right? To just be able to live in a more just live peacefully overall. So the thing that's stopping me from doing that right now, I really want to move back home and go um, build that community, continue to promote that community, continue to expand it, and make it a huge thing. But a lot of things are stopping me from doing it right now. But the major thing that's stopping me is the almighty dollar, if you put it that way. Because they like they say in finance, we all have everybody has an entrepreneurial mind. Most people do, at least. But that golden anchor is always keeping us down. We got a nice job in America and we're making six figures. We don't want to live the good life that we're quote unquote living here. So you never really try to explore and live your dreams fully. Now, I'm not saying this is everybody. This is just most people. Like, because if it was up to me today, I wouldn't even be here in America. But I need, I do need to do a lot of the background work and acquire as much money as I can in order for me to be able to do all the things that I want to do. But overall, I just want to personally, I just want to build a community where everybody will just live peacefully. Now, is there going to be differences and chaos sometimes? Yeah, we can deal with that. It's amongst us. But the overall thing is to just be able to create that safe haven for people in general. And if you ask me what kind of person I am, I'm pro black, but I think I'm more pro African, which is why. And but that's understandable. Blacks are Africans, and I kind of just I just want us to be able to come together and whatever that disconnect is, I want us to break that chain because overall, black people are great individually, but whenever we all try to come together to do stuff as a collective, there's always that disconnect. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like we need to find a way to break that and all come together and build our continent overall. I mean, it's a lot of pieces to it, but it's just the overall thing of, hey, if we really want to do this, we can. But the question is, do we really want to do it? Because we're battling a lot of mental slavery right now that we don't even know about. A lot of people don't even know it, but it's a lot going on. I mean, I don't know if that was clear enough, but like I said, what I really want to do is to just get folks to be able to live in a peaceful community together, and while we're still exploring each other's differences and finding ways to turn that into a positive instead of looking at it like it's a negative.
Absolutely. I love it. Very true. And thank you. And yes, it will happen. You've got this. The community got this. It's coming to fruition. It will be. Now, here's
Amen.
the fun, slightly, I guess, question that we ask everyone. What is your deepest tea? Hashtag deepest tea, i.e., something that you've never shared on media before, but something that you're willing to share with us, of course.
That's a tough one. um, well, I would say overall, for me, and I think I just started sharing this on social media a little bit. Um, I go to therapy a lot. Therapy has been really, really great. It has been really great for me personally, mainly because all the stuff we mentioned earlier about what people are even dealing with, they don't even know they're dealing with.
Yeah.
And then as an African man that became as a Nigerian man that then became a Nigerian American, and all of those things can take a toll on you. So I've been dealing with a lot of my traumas in the last 4 years a lot, and I've been going to therapy. And what I've realized is if I had done this earlier, if I was in the space I'm in right now, when I was younger, I'll be married with I'll be married with all my kids by now. The young the it's a lot of young ladies that I've reached out to that I had to apologize to because my trauma was what caused the relationships not working out. So I've been dealing with a lot of my past transgressions because of therapy. Put it that way. So I say that to say it's not a bad thing for black men or African men to go to therapy. It's actually pretty useful, and it doesn't make you less of a man.
Absolutely. I'm actually in communication with a therapist right now to start going to therapy. And also, fellow Howard University alumnus Taraji P. Henson is doing a big thing about the importance of mental health and therapy and stuff like that. So that was such a great answer. I must say, I'm applauding your deepest tea because that was important right there, and people need that. So,
Appreciate that.
part four. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Now, what are some of your stumbling blocks that you've had on your path up in life, and how did you overcome?
Um, a lot of it is just, you would say the differences amongst people, right? Like I think I told you this story earlier about how I was trying to. So I've always been trying to get black people to understand the fact that, hey, you guys are Africans and we need to start trying to make Africa a better place, blah blah blah. But what I didn't do at that time was also listen to their perspective, listen to why they were not so inclined why they were not so responsive at the time. So this goes back to the therapy, right? The fact that I've been going to therapy, that has kind of opened my mind up more. Where and then also with the statement I said earlier, never overestimate yourself, right? It has given me more opportunity to listen more and to um kind of understand other people's views, and then from there, I'm able to formulate something for us all to be able to come to the table. And I don't want to call it compromise because it would seem like you're suppressing parts of somebody's parts of you're suppressing parts of other people's feelings. But when we're able to come to the table and have a discussion, so I would say that was a huge stumbling block overall for everything I wanted to do. But the fact that I'm able to communicate better with people now, and communication is a two-way street. You have to listen for effective communication. Um, that has actually removed a lot of the impediments and a lot of the roadblocks that I've had in the past. I'm able to I'm able to I guess customize ideas around what people have been through and how or whatever it is that is stopping them from doing something. And I'm not and right now I'm able to talk in big picture, right? I'm not just talking about African travels or anything. Just overall in life, because I have mentored a lot of people that we've been able to connect mainly because I'm able to put myself in their shoes, and then I'll also tell them where I'm coming from, and then from there we understand each other better. So I would say effective communication has been a way to you would think something as simple as communication is an effective tool, but it is to just kind of break through a lot of the roadblocks and impediments that have been stopping people from being who they want to be overall. You know, everybody just wants to be understood. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Everybody wants to be heard and listened to. And that's important. Absolutely. Right on. Now, last question before we close out. What are some things that you would like to be left in the legacy time capsule for your work? When people look back and say, John Oluwabenga did dot dot dot, what would you like left remembered?
Um, I just want I would say I just want everybody to just to be able to say, he, regardless of who it is, to just say, oh, at the end of the day, he was a good person. He had good intentions for whatever it is that um he was doing. He was doing it with good intentions. Um, I don't want to be. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to compare myself to Malcolm X. But when I've been reading a lot about Malcolm X, right? And it's funny. The one thing I really, really like gravitated towards about him was the fact that he was doing a lot of this thing, and he was being secretive about it. But he was trying to connect with the leaders in Africa, right? To be able to liberate black people by bringing them back. But I'm not even trying to bring them back. But like I said, I just want people to. I want them to have an alternative and to understand that at the end of the day, there's always somewhere to go. So I want them to just know that okay, what everything that I was doing, I had it was coming from a good place, and I had good intentions at all times. That's the biggest thing I want people to always, regardless of what happens, regardless of who it is, that okay, it was everything was always with good intention.
And now is as good a time as ever for such efforts. I feel, and that's a good thing. Now, where on social media can people find John Oluwabenga and the Ancestry Travel?
So Ancestry Travel Group is on Instagram at Ancestry Travel Group, and I mean pretty straightforward. And we're also on Facebook at Ancestry Travel Group on Facebook, and on Twitter as Ancestry Group. And as far as my personal page, um, I need to change the name because it sounds very arrogant. But my personal page on Instagram is at God's Gift to Y'all, and on Facebook at John Oluwabenga.
Nice. All right. And this has been Verse CV's week 118. I'm Aaron Mack here doing an all the tea interview with John Oluwabenga of the Ancestry Travel Group. And everybody, talk to you later. Have a good day.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Absolutely. And we're stopping the light.